Welcome back to Frequently Asked Questions with the Chief Life. I'm Stacey.
And I'm Maddie. And today's topics are
How to use your meal plan,
how much veg to buy,
cooked versus raw weights,
and what about supplements? No matter what you need,
whenever you need it.
there's one thing you can count on.
We've got your back.
Because that's how we roll here.
At the Chief Life.
So this week, guys, we're going to answer some questions that are frequently asked by our members. And the first one's based around our meal plan and how to use it to best get success from it.
So often people think of meal plans as something where you have to follow it exactly as it's written. You know, Monday breakfast, you have to eat what it says for Monday breakfast. But our idea with our meal plans is more around giving you guys strategies, menu ideas, because we don't know what you're going to want to eat on a Monday morning. So essentially what you can do is think of it as Monday through to Sunday is day 1 through to day 7, and then you can have any of the breakfast options. They're all interchangeable. So if you wake up on a Monday and you feel like eating banana pancakes, for example, then have that as your breakfast for Monday morning and push whatever Monday morning was further into the week.
The other thing we see people do is using the same menu for the whole week. So for instance, you might like day 1, which could be Monday. It could even be Friday, okay? And what we're doing is using that for the whole week, okay? So the same menu options for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and just multiplying by 5 or 7 and using that all week long.
And people get worried about variety. So the reason we've given you so much variance in 1 week is because then your 1 week template can be used for multiple weeks, months, you know, use it for as long as you need to get to your desired result. So think of it more as I'm going to use, you know, this, as Maddie said, option for the week, and then choose another option for the following week and use that for the whole of the week as well.
So as a side to that, guys, the other thing you can do is pick Monday breakfast, Tuesday snack, Wednesday lunch, Thursday snack, Friday dinner, and that would be a perfect day as well.
Yeah. So know that your options are interchangeable and you can use any of the meals and any of the snacks across the week. So our next question comes from multiple members who are wondering how much vegetables to actually buy in order to prep for a few days at a time.
So a good way to look at this, guys, is rather than seeing 1 cup of carrot, 1 cup of capsicum, what we like to do is just do 1 cup of vegetables, okay? And the best way that we find to do this is to do 1 big cook up, and you can look at our roast veggies video for this as well. And what we'll do is we'll add multiple vegetables. So we might take 2 broccoli, 2 cauliflower, 2 zucchini, 2 capsicum, 2 carrots, and 2 eggplants, cut them all up, put them all in 1 big baking dish, cook it all up, and then we'll take our cups from that instead. So using it rather than 1 cup of capsicum, we've then got 1 cup of mixed vegetables.
And so for 1 or 2 people, what Maddie just suggested would probably last a day or 2. Often what we'll do is take a whole bag of carrots and, you know, a tray of 5 zucchinis, maybe even stick some mushrooms in there. And, you know, if we can bulk that up into a nice big roasting dish with baking paper and olive oil, salt, pepper, and cinnamon on top, then that will give you veggies for 2 people for about 2 or 3 days.
And I guess the important thing to notice here, guys, is that we want to get water-based vegetables, so things that aren't high in starch. So things you would not include would be sweet potato, pumpkin, normal white potato, parsnips, beetroot, and any really other root vegetables.
Turnips.
As such. Yeah.
Yeah, so sort of focusing more on, as Maddie said, the water-based veggies and keeping your tubers and root vegetables more for weighing and measuring so that you can make sure you get the right amount of those in onto your plate when you're serving up.
A common question we get asked is on cooked versus raw weights.
So the reason that we've written cooked weights in our meal plans is to help you with bulk prep. For example, if you've got a family of 4 that you're trying to feed, or if it's you and a partner or somebody else in the house, then we recommend cooking your protein option separately from your carbohydrate option and then adding your fats at the end. Now, if you've got cooked weights, it makes it a lot easier to cook up, you know, a kilo of mince in one go and then measure out the portion sizes once the meat or the protein option is cooked. And then same with your veggies. So cook up your sweet potato, your pumpkin, your rice, and your quinoa in bulk. Have your veggies all roasted up like we just suggested, and then measure that out from the amounts that you've got from your cooking. So in terms of cooked versus raw weight, it's often about 30%.
Yeah, so if you're cooking a meal for yourself and you had raw weight, say for instance your meal plan had 90 grams of chicken,
Cooked.
You would then put 120 grams of raw weight in to make that work. The other side of it, as it sounds pretty counterintuitive in regards to regular meals, is cooking your macronutrients separately, as Stacey's just mentioned. So have your protein to one side, your carbohydrates to the other side, add your fats separately.
So our final question is around supplements. Maddie, what about supplements?
So this will depend on where you're at with your stage of supplementing in general, but what we really recommend is that people detox from supplements to start you off. The reason for this is we want to get you back to a baseline so we can then check what this supplement is actually doing to your body, okay? And we can see this, like, if you add creatine and you don't get bigger from it, then it's probably not doing the job it's meant to do.
So the other thing with that is that real food should be the foundations of your daily intake. They're called supplements for a reason because they supplement your intake. They shouldn't be your main foundation of your nutrition. So we want to make sure that we're eating real whole foods, things that only have one ingredient, like you generally see on our meal plans. And this will help you to get all the nutrients that you need. We spoke with Dr. Andy Galpin this morning, one of the podcasts that's coming out later in the next couple of months. And he spoke to us about BCAAs and reinforced the fact that they're just the essential amino acids that we find in the food that we eat.
So the point to that is if you don't have sufficient amount of protein in your diet, that yes, they will work. If you do have sufficient amount of protein in your diet, then BCAAs shouldn't do anything.
You don't need them. So the point of that is let's get the foundations of your diet sorted first. Then, as we recommend after a 4 to 6 week detox, you can reintroduce things like creatine, beta-alanine, BCAAs 1 week at a time and see how they affect your body. Are you feeling same, better, or worse? If you feel the same with or without them, no point bothering. It's a waste of money. If you feel better with them, really honestly assess that rather than just taking these things and telling yourself you feel better, and figure out whether it's actually working for you to have them in or not. Another thing that Andy reinforced for us is that protein powder isn't actually a supplement. It's just a really good quality condensed source of protein. So protein powder from a good quality source that's nice and clean. Some of the ones that we recommend are True Protein, Vivo Active.
And you guys can actually get a discount on both of those. So through Vivo Active, it's Chief Life is the discount code. Through True Protein, it's True in capital and then Chief in little letters. And that will get you a 10% discount on both of those proteins.
Yeah, and those things will work as a contribution to your meals to give you an easy source of protein when you're having a smoothie or a brekkie bowl or something like that. Some of our snacks will showcase some of these proteins as well to make your life easier while still getting your essential amino acids in without actually having supplements.
In regards to ones that I would definitely look at putting back in to start with would be fish oil, magnesium,
maybe vitamin D,
potentially like a zinc and a B6.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Frequently Asked Questions with the Chief Life. If you've enjoyed it or you've got something out of it, then please like, share, or comment below to share it with your friends and share the love.
And guys, if you want to find out more about our personalized meal plans, you can look at thechieflife.com.
If you've got any questions that you want us to answer on future episodes, please comment them below or feel free to email them to us at Stacey, Stacey, or Maddie, Matty, @thechieflife.com.